If you've been following along with the music theory videos, you'll know that we've been covering a lot of the basics, but today it's time to start talking about cadences. So, what is a cadence? In music, a cadence marks the end of a phrase. Think of a phrase like a sentence in a paragraph. Phrasing in music is like punctuation in writing. Cadences act like periods at the end of sentences, so the music doesn't sound like a stream of text without any breaks. If you write in all caps with no punctuation, then no one would be able to tell where one idea ends and the next begins. Now, there are many different types of cadences. Some sound solid and firm, while others sound fragile and tentative. Today we're going to look at the most solid sounding cadence in Western classical music. The perfect authentic cadence. The perfect authentic cadence has 3 parts. The authentic part of the cadence refers to the movement from the dominant to the tonic, or 5 to 1. The perfect part of the cadence refers to the doubling of the tonic in the bass with the highest note so that there is a perfect interval of an octave between the lowest note and the highest note, and the chords need to be in root position. Let's listen to a few examples. Here is a perfect authentic cadence in G major going from 5/7 to 1. Now let's take a look at what makes this a perfect authentic cadence. Remember that a perfect authentic cadence needs to move from the dominant to the tonic, which we have here going from 5 to 1, and that the tonic is doubled in the bass and the highest note, which we also have, and each of the chords is in root position, which we also have. Now let's take a look at another example. Here we have a perfect authentic cadence in D major. Again, let's make sure the cadence has all the elements needed to be a perfect authentic cadence. First, we look for the movement from 5 to 1, dominant to tonic. We're in the key of D, so the 5 chord would have an A, C sharp, and E in it. This chord has A, C sharp, and G. The extra G is fine, it just means that this is a 5/7 chord. Next, we check that the tonic is doubled in the bass and the highest note in the 1 chord. Since we're in the key of D, these should also be D. The lowest note is a D, and the highest note is a D. So that's good. Finally, we check to make sure that these chords are in root position. So in the key of D, going from 5 to 1 would be going from A to D. So there should be an A in the bass in the first chord and a D in the bass of the second. And here we have an A in the first chord and a D in the second. Hopefully this helped explain what a perfect authentic cadence is and how to identify them. Remember that a perfect authentic cadence needs only 3 things. Movement from 5 to 1, or dominant to tonic, a doubling of the tonic in the lowest and highest note of the 1 chord, and both chords need to be in root position. Next time, we'll look at another type of cadence, the imperfect authentic cadence. As always, if you have any questions, please share them in the comments below, and thank you for watching.